and gentlemen of Bungle. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going over the MiG-21S R-13-300, the premium vehicle that you can pick up for Russia, and War Thunder, the vehicle MMO. Now diving in with an overview. Alright, so this is going to cost you roughly 8,910 Golden Eagles to pick up this rank 6 fighter. Now when we talk about kind of the BR range, where's the BR at? Well, if you want to do arcade battles, it's going to be around 9.0. If you do realistic, it's going to be 9.7, and of course, for simulator battles, you're going to do 10.0. Now, when we talk about RP modifiers, Silver Lions, and research points modifiers, I would say it's pretty decent, pretty good for premium. Now, diving into its performance, real question is, Bungle, how does this vehicle perform? Now, keep in mind the footage and everything I got, this is from realistic battles. I primarily use aircraft, especially when I grind, whether it's tanks, planes, etc. I use realistic battles. So, first of all, going right away with the BR range of 9.7. 9.7 BR range is a pretty good sweet spot for a premium. This means you can get down tier to 8.7 a lot, and also if you do get up tiered, most of the times you're going to be up tiered to around 10.0. You're really not going to be pulled into a 10.7 match, really, because those are really, really rare. Usually I see you getting pulled into a 10.3 match with F5Cs, but usually that's like the highest BR range you would usually go. Now, when we talk about missiles, what missiles you want to use on it? Well, there's two different options you can go with. You can do custom options, etc. You can use the R3Xs, where pretty much are just your regular lock-on missiles fire away. And then you got your R3Rs, which are pretty good lock-on radar missiles. Now, this is the MiG-21S, which uses a Sapphire kind of modification radar system, which is pretty good in my opinion. Now, it's not great. These missiles would perform well if it was at 9.0, but at 9.7, they're kind of mediocre, average at best. Your radar kills with these missiles are going to be kind of a hit or miss. Do not go out there and use the missiles to try to shoot down opponents, because you will find most of the times you're going to fail. Usually the R3Rs perform well if you're trying to engage an enemy from a head-on, or if you're diving down on an opponent. Very rarely are you going to get a good lock-on behind an enemy, etc. Usually the best course of action is trying to get a head-on with an enemy and rocket them, get the main ring and chat, or you try to guide down on them and get a missile. Sometimes you can get lucky if you sit behind them and use your missile, your R3R to fire at them. But generally, really what's going to get you the most kills is going to be the 23mm GSH-23L cannon. Now you have 200 rounds of this, and what you're going to have to learn is trigger discipline and know when to fire, when to correctly fire. Of course, you have to account for the bullet drop and everything like that, but once you accommodate that, once you get used to it, you will realize the hitting power on this is very, very strong, and when you do connect, you will usually tear apart an enemy aircraft. When we dive down to aircraft terminal performance, it does really, really well in turn fights. You can pretty much outturn an F5C, you can definitely outturn an AV-8A, no problem. Most of the aircraft in that tier are 9.7, even when you come down to facing, Sabres and everything like that, or MiG-17s, you will find that this aircraft is very, very maneuverable. Kind of the best play style, what I typically like to do is climb at the beginning of the match. You get to look down at any opponents that are flying around. If someone's foolish enough to try to do a head-on with you, if you get that walk on them, you fire a missile at them 9 times out of 10, you're going to go kill them with that R3R. And then you dive down to the center of the battlefield and engage opponents as you see that are trying to slowly maneuvering or trying to do a dogfight with someone in their turn fight. Use your speed to go behind them and just quickly take them out and remove them from the match. Now, when we dive down to, is it worth it? In my opinion, I would say this is pretty much the best top tier jet grinder that you want to use, especially if you're interested in grinding down to get like the MiG-27 or the MiG-23s. This is a very, very good premium in my opinion for its battle rating 1. It does really, really well. It performs really, really well. In my opinion, I get like 3 kills, usually a match, taking this aircraft out. It is very, very easy to use. If you're a newer player, you may have to get used to kind of understanding how to, conserve your rounds, when to fire and everything like that. But if you're a meta player or you've been playing top tier and you know kind of how it works with, conserving your rounds, when to fire your missiles and when to perform well, this is actually a vehicle that really, really rewards a player that has that experience. So I definitely would recommend this, especially if you're an experienced player and you haven't started grinding out Russia. But other than that, if you reach this point in the video, new viewer, possibly new subscriber, well, I hope today is the day that I earn your subscription. Have your sub and mash that like button. It does help me with YouTube algorithm. Return your sub, return a viewer, and let me know your thoughts. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.